You're never going to be ready. And I have a story for you that I've not told anybody, um, because I didn't want to be judged even about the story, because this is opening up the door for judgment. If nobody knew, nobody knew, and it would have just been perfect, right? But I'm going to tell you the story. So basically, this album, I just released it April 3rd of this year. So I released it in the first quarter, and it has 10 tracks on it, and it's a spoken words album, right? It's called Daily Affirmation by Christina Mackey, right? I don't know. I mean, it's a little bright, but whatever. And I mixed, mastered, and produced this album by myself. This is relevant, so stay with me. I was so freaking terrified. When I tell you, I was terrified. Like, you would think I just met my dream man the way that my stomach was in knots. I actually never felt my body be so disrupted by something that I did, because I've released albums before, but I never mixed them, mastered them, produced them, and released them on my own label. So I felt knots. The only time I felt that is like excitement about a man. I never felt that before. I'm going to be honest with you. And that to me was a sign in speaking out loud that, I probably was a little bit male centered at one point in my life, because I should have been feeling these things. I should have been feeling excitement for my own projects and whatever. But, I grew up with all men. I grew up watching my mother in a relationship. I That's just what it was. Like, you got to be honest about how you grew up so that you can identify who you are and why you are the way you are, right? That could be one of the reasons why I'm male centered. And then I grew up and I just kind of craved male attention. And I think it's because my brothers did not want to hang out with me. They did not like me, right? They loved me, they protected me, they had my back. I could call them and tell them stuff, but they didn't like me. Like, they didn't want to, oh, let my sister come. And I've grown to learn that that's a pretty normal dynamic, right? I digress. I did this album myself, and I just wasn't sure if it was gonna hit or land. I didn't know if the beats were gonna land or if they were gonna be kind of corny, or if just all these super producers, mind you, like London on the track, EXO on the beat. That's my homeboy. I can call him. What's up? So I have these super producer friends that have won Grammys and blah 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 blah, award after award, and I'm just thinking, I'm sitting here trying to do this all by myself. When I tell you nobody has touched that, nobody has those files other than me. Nobody has touched it. Nobody wrote a word on it. Nobody said anything. It was just me. For months, I was working on these 10 tracks. And I just wanted people to receive it. I didn't want to be laughed at, honestly. And so that's why I'm saying I don't really want to tell you that, because now you can go dissect in any little imperfection, but it is what it is. It's already in the universe, and I can't do anything about that. I could, but I won't, because it is what it is. It's art that I felt and I released it. So, of course, I had these little insecurities or whatever, and I was just like, just do it. It's done. You didn't work this hard to work this hard and only work that hard. Post it now. So I did. I put it out anyway, and people tagged me in their dope workout videos, or like a video that a videographer made and my voice is the background. And I'm like, what? And I just remember sitting there, right? This is relevant to the topic, so please stay with me. But I remember sitting there and I remember saying, like, I closed my eyes. I said something along the lines like, wake up. Today you need to decide whether you want to be a dog or you want to be whatever, right? I was flowing. I was on a cup of coffee and I even yelled at the microphone at one point. I was like, you have to decide who you want to be. That's just how I felt. It came out so natural. I didn't laugh at myself. I didn't think it was funny. I was like, yeah. I started mixing it up. And then boom, track 3 was history. Move on. Track 4, history. And some people would say, like, I'm not qualified to do no motivational speech. But if I sat here and thought about everything everybody would say, who would I be? Waiting to feel ready is the reason why most people die and they still have everything they wanted inside them. Fantasy. And I think I actually said that in the album. I want you guys to go listen to it if you want to. It's incredible. You wake up and you push play on that and you're going to feel incredible. And that was all that mattered. Even if it only connected with 10 people, you got to understand 10 people liked it. Okay, let's say 100, a million people follow me. Let's say 100 people liked it. If 100 people showed up for that seminar, those seats are packed out. That's 100 brains I get to impact. Everybody's thinking about max capacity. To me, 100 people standing in front of me showing up because of my art is success. And I think that's why I began to take a backseat in the music industry. Because if you don't know, I went on tour with Rock Nation. Benny the Butcher, he took me to 22 some cities. And I did all the things. I had my own sprinter, I had my own hotel every night. I was, you know, it was wonderful. But I realized I don't know if music, being famous for music was the goal. I think money was always the goal. Success was always the goal. Freedom was always the goal. It wasn't me being this Beyonce, this pop star. And I know Beehive, I know. I'm just telling you how my little mind was thinking when I was 13, right? I don't think it was ever me being a pop star. I think it was I have all these dreams and I want to see if I could check these things off my list. Some people will never tour with Rock Nation or Benny the Butcher, the Benny the Butcher. Some people will never even meet them or be able to call them and ask for a favor. And so I did those things and I was like, I don't think this is what I want to do. I don't think I want to be what felt like to me like in the circus of like, okay, I gotta be in London on Tuesday, I gotta be in Germany on Friday, I gotta be in New York on next Thursday, I gotta be just to perform and, share my art. I don't think that was my intention. I think little me saw that because that's what money looked like. But in reflection, as an adult woman who has chased her dreams full force every single time, who is never really ready, who didn't always have the money, who didn't always know the answer, I sat back and I said, do you want to be on stage every night in a leotard, shaking and dancing while people stare up and look at you? Because I know that that can change people's lives in a way, but I want to do something profound with my life. I want young girls to be able to come to my platform and be mentored by me. And me show them that all your dreams do matter. And even that dream that I had, it mattered. I lived it. It mattered. But until you do the thing, you don't know what else you can do because you're always hyper fixating on wanting the thing that you never actually did. If I never would have toured with Rock Nation, if I never would have performed the way I did, I wouldn't have known, "Yeah, this isn't what I thought it'd be." Now, if I was like doing it like Cat's Eye with a group of girls that I could travel the world with, wow, that is an experience I'll still sign up for. And it's not to say that I won't still do music. I'm saying when I got up there, I felt like I wasn't in the right place at the right time. But anyways, I learned the feeling because I did the thing, right? So you're waiting for a green light. It's no green light. You gotta just do the thing, okay? You gotta just do the thing. You have to be fearless. If you don't understand that, you will spend your entire life in preparation mode while other people who are no more qualified than you, no more special than you, no more talented than you, no more beautiful than you, they're just doing the thing. You're gonna watch them live the life that you keep planning. Stop planning. If I would have waited until I felt ready, that album would still be sitting right here. Nobody would have found it. And I would still be fantasizing about, dang, I wish I could release my whole own project by myself. But instead, I released it and I got the feedback and I was able to check it off and I was able to move on to the next thing. That is what completion does. It builds confidence. It makes you a confident person. Finishing what you started makes confidence. It's literally the recipe to unlimited confidence. It's like if you knew you could have $1 trillion right now, if you just had to do this thing, you would do the thing. If that's what you wanted, right? If you want confidence, do the things you said you're going to do because now your body and your mind trust each other. I won't go backwards in the other video that we discussed, but I will say confidence, the faster that you finish things, like close the gap between when you started, what the idea is, and the release date. Close the gap. You cannot take too long and ponder. I also believe, honestly, that the universe keeps score. I definitely believe that. Every dream that you spoke out loud and said and told somebody about and wrote down and never touched, everything that you said that you wanted, it's on a list, a universe list. And it says your name at the top, Christina. And it's a whole Rolodex of things that you said you wanted in this life. It's a list. And the universe is watching whether you really mean any of it. And the longer that list gets, the less likely that the universe is going to reward you because you just keep talking. At some point, you got to understand this machine. Let's call it a machine for the people that aren't believers. This machine, you keep taking out of it, right? I want this. I want that. I want that. I want that. But you don't put anything in it. I did this for that. 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 You don't do that. And then you wonder why your manifestations take forever. It's watching whether you're moving or not. I said I wanted a pink car since I was a little girl. I said I wanted a pink car. This year I wrapped my car pink. Not because the timing was perfect, not because I was 12 years old and I wanted a dream car, a pink car, I wanted a Barbie car, not because I was 16 and my first car was pink. No, because I kept saying that I wanted a pink car and I wanted to experience what that felt like. Now I know everybody, when I drive by, is like, hey, and I'm like, shit. So now I know maybe I don't want a pink car. Maybe I don't want that attention. Maybe I understand why everybody's car is kind of the same color. But you don't know until you do. And I got to experience the pink car and it did bring me so much joy. I do love it. My mother even loves it. I'm thinking about giving it to her. It was on my list and I just decided to cross it off. I decided I was done being the woman who talks about what she wants instead of the woman that just takes what she deserves. I deserve everything I want. Even if I only have it for 6 months, I experienced it. It's okay. Even if I only did 22 shows, I experienced it. I became her. I checked that list off, and now the universe is rolling in my thing. And so now these manifestations that I want now, as a 30-year-old woman almost, they're coming to me way quicker. I'm telling you, my turnaround rate is crazy because I've checked off things from the past, even. I said I was going to donate 20 bags of clothes. Okay, I only have 5 right now, but I got to keep that in mind. Every time I fill a bag of clothes, I boop, go to donate. Now I've donated maybe 50 bags of clothes. I'm not necessarily proud of that. I had a deal, they were sending me 30 pieces a month for 2 years. You can imagine the clothes that I had. But what did I do? I donated them. I gave them away. I found a girl just in my community who said something about not having a lot of clothes. I said, hey, come to my house. I got you. And she was like, no way. She took maybe 10 bags out that night. If I'm lying, I'm dying. This is who we're building. This is the woman that the universe can trust. This is the type of person you are becoming right now. because you follow through on what you already asked for. You can't ask for something and then not go out and get it. It's not going to magically show up at your door. That man that you're looking to find isn't going to just knock on your door on accident. Sure, does that happen one in every 1 million cases? Sure. But you need to get up and put yourself in the environment where the kind of man you would be interested in, if you want a fit man, you should probably go to the gym, right? We'll talk more about that in the relationship section, but you've got to be ready for what you ask for. Stop waiting, stop doing it you know, tiptoeing 1 foot in, do it messy. Do it because you think you're ready. I think I'm ready. Whatever. Let's do it. Ready is just a decision that you make, and then you prove it with your actions. I love you.